Okay, g'day from Australia. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from around the world. Welcome to Starbase Expanded Episode 5. Boy, time sure flies. Proudly brought to you by RGV Aerophotography. My name's Stephanie B, and I'll be your host for the day. Before we get too far, I think I'll invite Matt back to the mic, and I think he got a few donations to call out. Thanks.
Well, actually, Indy is going to be doing questions and donations, so go ahead, Indy.
Thanks. We want to thank two of our newest team members, Merc0815, who's now an RGV flight supporter, and Neil W., who became an RGV early access member. And then we received $70 in donations from the same person. They donated 3 different times. They're very concerned about a wool jacket for Mauricio. And we want to thank Turtle Sanctuary for all of your donations. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Indy. It's awesome to have you on those trains again, Indy. I really appreciate you being around. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, where to start? Let's start at Massey's quickly. We'll get around to the sites around the area. I had it up. We'll go first here. We'll just give a big shout out to Starbase Surfer, and they got a nice image up this week of the new structure at Massey's with the new frame. We'll just save that, get a closer image. Oh, I already have one. Sorry, here it is. Here's one I prepared earlier. I saw in a flyover. Oh, sorry.
Not exactly a club sandwich, is it?
So we saw in the flyover yesterday that we saw them. Hang on. They're not using the pads they put on yesterday through the week. It's mounted up higher on there and below that point. I kind of thought that was funny that this didn't have like a flat end, to mount onto that. So there's still something more going. And that's like internal, isn't it, to the frame? So there's room for something to come through here, isn't there?
Yeah, if you look, some of them have the angled feet that were on the ground.
Hang on 1 second. Yeah, hang on. Just bring that up. Yeah.
They're probably going to be like a triangular shape. But yeah, those.
So it's like they've welded the frame on this side rather than on underneath side. So it's sitting, back behind the frame, back behind the main frame.
They're treating it essentially like a gusset plate.
This piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the same down the bottom.
Correct. And if yeah.
So that's one of the pieces of the puzzle. Sorry, Alex.
Yeah, now and you can look on the pieces on the ground to get a pretty good idea which piece is going to be on that bolt plate.
Has anybody figured out the torsional stress on this structure? Or, the load bearing forces and things like that?
No, I certainly haven't. No. So it's almost like these pieces can still fit on these pieces, perhaps even. Although, I don't know. That offset's got me a bit confused. It's almost like it's going to be longer on this end, doesn't it?
Oh.
Well, that one has a bolt pattern, maybe.
Yeah, that one is, and it also has one angled on that plate.
So if that's the plate at the bottom, that's at the top. Does that mean that one's going to hang down this way? Maybe.
I have a feeling when it's all said and done, it's going to look like if you're looking straight down, it'll be sort of a triangle shape with a vertex pointed in line with one of the attachment points on the top cap, the walkway up there. Yeah.
Yeah, these are definitely something they're going to use somehow. It's weird dimensions. I must have always thought that weird size squares.
Maximum flexibility, because you're not just from the way the structure is being built, you really it's rural.
I think you're suggesting it's going to be for more than one use, which I think I agree with.
That and the big plate gives them a lot of options for alignment and other construction. Happy accidents, I guess.
Yeah, like this sort of one where it was down here on one of these legs here, like that.
I don't think that's what. I think some of those are doublers, but I could be trying to be optimistic, which is weird
So
for me.
I'm wondering if that's that little bit out. Does that mean up here it's not quite level? Or I mean, these ones are probably level, but not supposing it makes a great deal of difference. Is that if that's an inch or two out of level? I guess if they got, like you said, a little bit of leeway here.
I mean, that's a beauty with working with steel and torches as well. You have a lot of ways to persuade things into.
Okay, we get this question a bit. What's the purpose of this show compared to the weekly? I guess on the weekly, well, I feel a bit constrained with time. I like to kind of keep the weekly sort of to 2 hours and sort of keep it on track with pretty well just the updates, the major updates and that. And we do go down, well, especially Zach, we do go down, rabbit holes a little bit. And so Matt, our trusty producer, thought that perhaps this would be a good idea to have a show where we can sort of be a bit more free to jump around all over the place and just give us a bit more freedom to, talk about a few things a bit more in depth and to not be so structured. So it's more of a, less structured sort of, chat rather than an actual, update.
That, and we talk about a few of the external and support sites that we don't really get to on the normal weekly. So if you like to stay current on everything that's happening at Starbase, make sure you tune in.
And if you're on Patreon, you can, or Discord, you can connect and comment along.
Absolutely, that's exactly correct. Yes. So, that's how I got started in here. Became a Patreon member. It's not very expensive to be a RGV Patreon member, and yeah, and then they couldn't shut me up.
Seriously.
So AK John Doe is asking, do you know what that support structure is for? Like, what are they going to do with it?
We know for now what they're going to do with it. Later on, they could, like Alex just said, and I agree that they could be doing lots of things in the future. But for now, with these things being here, it appears they're going to do some kind of squeeze testing, whether they're testing the tiles on the side of the ship or whether they're just testing the barrel section, see how much it gets squished, or I don't know. But for now, it looks like they're going to do this squeeze test, which they've done before. I'll just bring that photo up.
And do we think that it's going to include a test for the catch pins?
Probably not. Those sort of got exercised just by moving the vehicle around, no?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you think this structure could take the weight of the ship if they lowered the pad that it was, the stand it was on?
I think it'd be more likely, Martin, if they were going to do that, they would lift this rather than lower the ship, wouldn't they, Alex?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
wanted to lower the, the
I
pad
don't
that
think
moves
there's
it.
going to be a
Yeah.
lot of just looking at the ship and the proportions. There's not a lot of opportunities for it to slide down like the booster does. Just looking at where the aft flaps are and the board. It's a very narrow sort of window it has to come into.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was some way of taking it off the transport stand onto the launch stand, if you get what I'm going at there.
No, I don't. No, I don't think so. Well, not in not in the immediate future anyway. Well, further down the track, who knows? But it appears for this particular test, just to do. Oh, where'd it go now? Just to do this test. I think this is sort of what's the primary goal at the moment is just to do this test. I know with this tank that I think they did this tank. They did it at a couple of different spots on the barrel, but like Alex has said, there's not a lot of different spots they can actually do it on a ship, is there?
No, unless, I mean, it'll be interesting seeing its first actual approach.
I can't wait to see a ship catch. We thought booster ship catch was sort of remarkable and accurate. I think the ship catch is going to be something else again.
Well, if you think about it, the new launch pad,
Better get
with
cracking.
everything it's got, it's they do roll that on rollers, don't they?
Now, and you want to take a question off you. There was a question in chat about maybe fuel transfer, but I think we're fairly well worked out that it's at the wrong height on a ship to be doing any kind of. But I mean, the fuel transfer stuff's down the bottom to start with anyway. But I thought maybe some of the equipment, that attaches the two ships was a possibility, but still, it's too high on the ship to be doing that. That's sort of further down here, somewhere where those attachment points are. The little T-Rex hands. Although
Yeah,
it is low.
Oh, no, go on. I was just squirreling on something tangential to this.
We did think that this was the height of the actual testing, but it appears like it may be like a little bit lower than that now, unless they do something that makes it a bit higher. Like it's more like down here where those clamp things are, well, somewhere around this area rather than up at this level, perhaps.
Hey, Steph.
Or there'll be a bit of a gantry supporting those.
Last time I looked, that height was absolutely level with the catching pins, yeah?
Well, it's around that area. I think obviously these will go below the catching pins on the ship. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah. If you have shot 9863, it's the front of the site looking at that sort of storage area in front of the new bunker. Yeah, that's one. Over on the left side, or the right side, where the blue rods are, zoom in right in there.
Down here, up there.
Yeah, up there. And actually, there's a better angle. Those are basically square plates. There's flanges
I've
on
got
them.
this shot, is it? You said?
Yeah,
9820?
that one is much better. Yeah, there's the two plates was flanges on them. So
Oh yeah, and please, yeah, also these. Yeah, I sort of wrongly assumed this sort of stuff was associated with this thing, but yeah, obviously not.
it could be. We spotted those after the normal the live flyover, and it was just like, oh, where else have we seen a large square plate? So
They seem to be
yeah,
the similar angles. I mean, there's a lot of similar angles. I guess that's probably not a good metric, is it?
yeah, and yeah, in this very rough stage, so much of this looks interchangeable with each other, various parts.
And these parts here we saw as well. They were over near the
Yeah,
the nose cone, Joe, weren't they?
yeah, and there's those clevises for attaching to retrofitting one of the old stands to take the cylinders.
Oh, that's the way they're mounting. They're on like to be mounted like up on an angle up a piece of RHS or something square.
Yeah, if you're putting on I'm not saying that obviously they're going to go on like the transport stand, but sort of like that. So it grips around like that lower rail.
So I would imagine that'd be sort of more like something they'd put on this thing, but I'm only guessing, of course.
Well, yeah, or yeah, like on the very bottom, the large rails on the outer perimeter.
Oh, the outside, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So they have lots of welding area.
I'm on my first cuppa. Give me a break.
At like 3 in the morning still there.
No. This stream's a good time of day for me. It's 11:30 in the morning. No, this is awesome.
Oh,
Your evening time's a really good time for me to do streams.
that'd actually be worse because good.
The midday stuff sort of 5 in the morning at the moment. During my summer, your lunchtime is like 5 in the morning for me, which is good. But in your summer, the live streams are 3 in the morning for me. Yeah, because of daylight savings and all. Now, just gonna sort of go up on a little tangent here. This is why we can do this. So this thing here. So this tank, just gonna do a little bit of comparison to a few test tanks here and there. The bottom the bottom flange thing here. So this one, I'm imagining that this stainless steel is welded to that ring, and then that ring's all bolted down underneath onto the stand.
Correct. The 39 one or whatever I think is a.
And then
Yeah,
here's
that
a different, the same sort of thing, but a little bit different, where they've got once again the this ring down here welded onto the test tank. Now I only say that because over here in where did I see that? Oh yeah, in X. Hang on, just give me a second here. Where's Bix's post? I'm up to, oh, here it is. So this barrel section that was on the turntable. Now I thought we saw in images that this had a flange, so we might that's wasn't obviously what we were seeing. So there's no actual thing on this, but over at Sanchez with that, have I got that? Yeah, with this ring here, if they're either going to be like Vic said, scrapping that barrel out of the Megabay 2, or they're going to like weld it to this like they did 18.3.
now there's still even on 18.3s there's that plate is welded to also is bolted to one of these. They don't directly weld to the those surfaces.
Oh, hang on. Just question that again. So I'm just going to clear. So, is this ring here welded to that barrel, or is there somehow internally?
Yeah, you have two parts, right? You have the substructure on the frame that those are mounted to, and then you have the the track like sections, those that are welded to the barrels, and then those are bolted to the substructure. But they generally, yeah,
Sorry.
yeah, they generally don't bolt directly to those anymore.
Okay. So we still need to see something welded to the bottom of this, perhaps. Or this is just. Oh, is that a Cooper? No, is that the crane? So if
That's
this is not
correct.
getting scrap, we should set another ring welded on the bottom of this, just a flat plate ring, sort of. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it went to the scrapyard.
So in that case, it was maybe just testing the turntable. Yeah.
Yeah. Having fun with her welder, probably.
Look at that, beautiful. Shoot, it's kind of shiny. Is that just me, or the tile's somewhat more shiny this time around?
Yeah, I saw an image of the tile. I forget who was holding it, but it was very shiny.
Yeah, it hasn't got its coat of Starbase dust yet.
I forget where I saw this, but I saw someone holding a tile that looked way more shiny than the original ones.
Huh.
Okay, thanks, Alex. That explains it for me. All right.
So there's a
Okay.
question from All for One. They're asking, could SpaceX welding the test article to the stand be an important part of the test process?
Most of
Well,
these
it's sort
stands
of.
have a machine surface. Like this one, before they rolled it, when they took off the old clamps that were on it, was nice and shiny and had all the. It wasn't a. It was a machine mating surface, so it wasn't. Because a lot of this, you want things pretty much the same alignment, and if you're just anything that you can sort of standardize and adjust, because you weld it to the stand, you really can't sort of tweak it too much. But
Chat makes me laugh sometimes. So I mean, they do need like structurally, you wouldn't want like a high point or low point. You want that fairly even, wouldn't you? But I mean, I guess what I was sort of was relating to, that's sort of not the area tested at all, is it? What they're testing is all up here, but they wouldn't want, like they wouldn't want a high point here. They wouldn't want to overload sort of point loads down here, would they?
new, because the load path goes through the space, no matter what, unless they're pushing up on it. That's completely in tension, but anything in compression, you want to have a reference plane.
I hope that answers your question. Hope that answers your questions. I said g'day in chat, and someone said, Aussie Space Girl, don't text while driving. Don't we all do that? No, we don't do that. Don't text and drive. Let's say don't drink drive. It's a washing powder. So in Australia, we had a washing powder called Drive. So for a long time there was a joke, don't drink drive, it's a washing powder. Okay, going back to Starbase Surfer. Did I have it on here? Oh, this will do anyway. He's got a good picture of Massey's Way. And I guess the comment was whether that would delay boost to 19, but not really. Once they pour that slab, they can drive over it within a few hours. concrete gets most of its strength quite quickly. Like you can walk over it while it's still green. I mean, you can walk, put pads down to trowel it, and you can do a lot with concrete. Not that long after it's poured, to be honest. With the concrete pool shells, we had 20 minutes to work the concrete. After that, it was too hard to work anymore. But that's a special kind of concrete. That was concrete that was designed to set quickly. So that
Speaking of
should be
Booster
good
19,
for everybody. Yep.
JZZV2 is asking, when would Pad 2 be ready for a B-19 static fire? And if it is ready, how long before the booster would be ready?
Two excellent questions. Oh, you want an answer?
Middle of next month.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say something like that in the middle of next month. Yeah, why not? It's sort of a good enough guess, I think.
I do like that the scaffolding is slowly but surely getting smaller and smaller.
I mean, we've
You know that
noticed all the major components have been, installed. So was that you, Jake?
I was going to say, Matt, now that you've said that, they're going to install more scaffolding than they've ever installed before.
They better not.
They've been pulling a lot out from underneath. Yeah. They welded some interesting things. Can't quite tell what they are. To the underside of the mount.
Oh, right up underneath.
And on the four midpoints on the bottom, yeah, like directly where your hand was. So the midpoint between on the bottom, but the midpoint between all four legs. So that if you looked from up, there'd be sort of a diamond pattern.
Oh, yeah. Could that be some kind of like fire X or some kind of water system? Don't know. Yeah.
I still have my dance floor dreams.
Hey, Stephanie.
Hey.
Just quickly wanted to tell you I posted an image in Patreon Lounge of the shininess of that tile that I saw.
Oh, yeah, from the SpaceX live stream. Yeah, thanks, JS Webb.
Just realised I was muted for the start of the stream on my mic, so hi everyone. I thought I was going insane.
You've been merrily talking to yourself there and wondering why everyone's been jumping all over you.
Welcome to my world.
Oh, where'd that?
Oh.
Thanks, JS.
Oh, you're welcome.
Look like a professional wrestling belt.
Oh, it does too, yeah, exactly. And that's about how they hold them up too, isn't it? So actually, while we're here, I mean, things are related to jump around all over the place like crazy. I didn't really. Sometimes I wonder how I miss things some days, but over the last 2 weeks, we've totally missed that, and it came up after the live stream yesterday, that they've completely removed all the plumbing out of Tower 1.
I'll let you in on a secret. It's been longer than 2 weeks.
Oh, goodness.
Seems like, they've just been cutting it and just letting it drop down inside the tower base.
Yeah, it's like looking at the sticks every couple of days, you really don't notice, but you look at a picture from 2 weeks ago to today, and they're like almost completely stripped of everything.
Okay, so this is from the 3rd of January. Oh, wow. Seems. Oh, hang on. I think they're over this. I don't know whether I can see them properly in this photo.
The pipes, yeah, you wouldn't see it They're on the different face.
Yeah, they come up through the by the front face on that tower.
All these pipes are gone, and the main crow pipes are on the other side, aren't they?
Yeah, they were from early on removing a lot of the first and second floor stuff above the levels above where the drawworks were.
Down in here.
Yeah.
I'm really
So
amazed
Mr.
at
Howell's
myself.
asking.
Oh, sorry. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
Mr. Howell's asking, do you think that they've painted all they want to on the OLM?
On the new one, I'm not sure. Sometimes I'm really surprised with myself just how much I miss some weeks. Personally, I hope and I think they'll probably paint all this that grey, not the inside. I doubt they'll paint the inside of the trench, obviously, unless they use that. When I said that last time, they say, but they painted the legs on the OLM one. That was you.
And then since we're at pad 2, Eben Waterman's asking, the new chopstick actuators aren't just hydraulic cylinders. Does anyone know if they're electric servos or maybe an electric hydraulic hybrid?
I have the unpopular opinion they're 100% hydraulic.
Wrong.
Sure, we'll see. There's those three big lines that everybody says are electric are still connected to the main hydraulic pump in the center of the carriage. So there's that.
But okay, but look at the casing. That's probably one of my biggest things is the casing compared to the actual piston diameter. You know,
Look at
you've got
look at the Titanos casings for their main lift boom. Hydraulics like that are not that uncommon.
I'm with Alex.
which one?
Alex A.
Wow.
So yeah, like I'm not sure. The thing with the Tardano, and it doesn't need the forward hydraulic line, but that's still not saying I'm not going against Alex here necessarily, but it doesn't need the forward hydraulic line because it uses load to bring the piston back in again. But this could very well be like a hydraulic motor on this side that turns the whatever it is inside to. It's sort of like I was thinking. I was sort of thinking, because of those pistons around the outside here, or whatever they are, there's something very different about this actuator compared to the old system.
If you look at the old ones, there was one point where they were covered with tubes around that section, and we've seen ground photos with those panels off, and it's very similar. But we'll see. But yeah, there's ground shots from earlier last week when they had the chopsticks open recently, and you could see both sets of those six going snaky around and back into the bottom of the big main hydraulic pump that's in that top of that carriage. So, and I don't know what you'd gain by swapping out dead simple technology for electric actuators. But again, I enjoy eating crow. I mean, we could play this game with almost any tech. So
I did DM Dave Avery because he seems to be able to find out info, and he's gonna next time he goes down Starbase, he's gonna do a little hunting around for me and it's not guaranteed he is going to find out. Oh, here's that RAM you're talking about. He's going to find out anything about it, but yeah, we might get some answers. We may never know, but that's fine. And I'm never going to argue one way or the other, 100%, because we really don't know. But yeah, sure, I understand what you're saying, Alex. And here's what you're saying here about the similar kind of not much room here for the down hydraulics. But I don't think this RAM needs to be able to be, it doesn't need hydraulics on the top here because just its load can squash that RAM basically. Only needs to be a one-way RAM. But that's the same on trucks too. They don't seem to have a top hydraulics on the top. But like I said, if it could really be a hydraulic. What I was thinking, electric motor this end could be a hydraulic motor this end. There could be a thread inside that does the work, like we see the electric servos, or it just could be straight hydraulics. We really don't know for now. I'm going to speculate it's electric for now, but I'm getting really doubtful every week now.
Oh, that's how it always works. And then there'll be some new batch of photos that'll make it look it's entirely a different way.
Yeah, true. Then we all let crow the electric camp and the hydraulic camp both let crow because it's actually driven by liquid nitrogen. See? No. All right. Where do we go from here?
Maybe to this week's shots.
Oh, this last week. Let me just get that organised. Oh, I was looking for that hydraulic actuator. Well, that's one of this week. I've got too many windows open again.
Yeah,
Yes.
but don't do what I did and close some of them and discovered that a brilliant organization just evaporated.
Oh, do you have organisation? What's that like?
It's really not. It's a desperate cry for help.
Okay, so let's go back to Massey's. Oh, that's right. I know where we're going. We're going to do the surrounding areas, aren't we, Matt?
Oh yeah.
Now, just let me find them. Sorry, I've been a little bit slack this week. Let me find them. They're in different folders this week.
Now you can see why we go 4 hours. I kid.
Okay, Rio West. In Australia, if your surname's West, you get called Westy. Okay, so Chompy Chomps. It doesn't seem to, I don't know. It seems to be going like they're not doing much with it. There's no work sort of trucks around or anything. They seem to be sort of halted at the moment.
Yeah, it's a little bit farther than the week before. They've finished that whole framing that they're going to put the top on and stuff like that. The walls look pretty much finished, so they're getting there, but it is going kind of slow.
Not an aggressive construction.
You say that's a bar?
Yep, it's a bring your own beer establishment, which is looking to have food eventually, but not in the beginning, I guess.
Oh, that sounds cool.
I wonder, does it have a view of the launch site from there? I've got my bearings around the wrong way.
Yeah. The whatchamacallit,
does.
the rec center faces almost dead on to the launch site, if I remember right.
Yeah, well, Rocket Ranch over here has a view this way, so yeah, it definitely does have a view, yeah. And yeah, so does the rec centre, yeah. That'd be a nice place to sit actually for a launch, I would imagine. Or apparently it kind of rocks going over to Rocket Ranch for a launch though. I've heard really good reports from over there.
Probably if you could watch it from there, you could watch it on the grounds in front of the factory.
Yeah, it'd always be the closer the better, I'd imagine, up to a point, as long as you use appropriate hearing protection.
That'd be an incredible view.
A bit of groundwork going on still. A lot of concrete to go. Looks like they're putting windows. So we saw. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw windows here one of the weeks before. I don't know if
Yeah,
it was last week.
they're right at the top of that picture there.
That's right. They're up here. Yeah, this is last week. Yeah. Yeah.
Still there.
Oh, they have next. Oh, okay. Maybe they've used them and replaced them. Is this not getting? Oh, it's all covered in plastic. I was going to say, is this not getting windows? But maybe it will.
When's this rusty white rocket going up?
Not sure what you mean there. Oh, the SLS. In the next, it's soon, isn't it? SLS.
February 6th is when the window opens.
Thank you, Indy.
Oh, it's like 2 weeks, is it?
Roughly, yeah.
Crikey.
Hey, that's an Aussie saying. What are you doing?
Well, you're just a convict who sent away, so.
Oh, thanks, Phil, mate. Dave Avery's actually at Starbase. So we may get an answer one way or another today if he finds out. That'd be awesome.
I'm joking, by the way.
Oh, you addressed them already, Indy, did you? Those few donations and what have you?
Yippers.
I'm still rebooting my computer because somebody took over my mouse. Little gits.
I thought that was Arnie for a second.
That's awesome.
So our thing we've been watching here at Rio West was where this development's going ahead yet, but it seems to be sort of on hold a bit for now. There's still a little bit of equipment up there. I don't think they're doing much.
I'm glad Andy's laughing. She's had it. Yeah, she knows. She knows.
Crikey Moses. There we go. Landscaping's done through to there now. Starting to get some landscaping over here started. Is that like one of these retention walls? By the look of it, I wonder when that went in. Whether it was always there, or was that sort of recent?
I don't know if they added it at the same time as they did the other side.
Yeah, I would imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, they have some sheet piles and then they have that gap.
The sheep piles out here more, is what you're saying?
Underneath that white concrete cap, there's some sheet piles that are supporting the bank.
Yeah. They're a good thing, those sheep piles. I seem to use them a lot, like in a lot of places like this. Cool. So this is above flood zones, I suppose. I keep hearing comments every now and again. Would Starbase, go underwater if there was another hurricane down here? But maybe.
Yes. I mean, it wouldn't take much of a storm surge to inundate the area.
What do you think? Would that be like a major problem, do you think? And it's only water.
Try and design stuff to handle a 50-year storm.
Yeah, there's the 50 and 100 and 1,000 year storms. Yeah, not much sort of survives them, I guess. Yeah, that's I got the power poles all nicely spread out. I might have been the other side. But some places where they haven't quite finished doing that yet.
I think the consensus is that there's basically two different projects. There's the one that doesn't require the stringent environmental review, and then, but overall it's the same work is being done.
There's a nice view over the whole area. So we've got Starbase this way and Brownsville that way. There's another nice horseshoe lagoon. That's a Mexican property. That's a nice little Mexican ranch. Okay, down here we've got, and there's still missing a few tiny homes there, and Ad Astra and the new Ad Astra school, or the extension to Ad Astra school. I wonder if they're going to use that like as a, do you used to have like preschool, like before primary level, like kinder
Yeah.
sort of grade? Yeah.
Yep.
Early start, whatever you call it over there.
Yeah, like 2 or 3 years up to.
Yeah,
And then,
that'd be
grade
great
ones
use for
usually-
that old Ad Astra.
Yeah, and then like grade one's like, I think you're 6 years old roughly, is it? For grade one, 6 or 7?
6.
I was like 5 or 6 or 7 back then. How would I remember? Oh, wait.
Yeah. My daughter is in first grade. She's 7.
There you go. I still remember my first grade teacher, so we had there was like preschool somewhere else, and then there was kindergarten at the primary school, and then you went to first grade at the primary school. I still remember Mrs. Oates and Mrs. O'Neill and Sister Anne Marie and all the teachers and throughout school. I remember the first day I walked into kindergarten, I was surprised how come she knew my name. I was like, how do you know my name?
Now, thoughts like this that lead to dangerously expensive therapy bills.
Oh, so I didn't mean to trigger you. With all due respects, that's not a laughing matter, but yeah.
It's mental health is a fascinating subject.
Oh, yeah, it's a barrel of laughs. Yeah, don't worry, I'm well and truly versed, don't worry.
And most of the people who go in that field shouldn't be. Sorry.
So,
Tangent.
no, yeah, it's all good. Yeah, no, it's all good. So, just trying to work which way around we are. So, hang on, just remind me, is Massey's closer or further away? Massey's is closer, isn't it, than here to Starbase?
It's behind it. It should be. If
Massey's is to the right, upper right from that picture.
Up here, okay. So Rio West is closer to Starbase than Massey's, is that what you're saying? Oh, no,
Yes.
further away.
Yes.
Oh, closer.
No, closer.
Okay, thanks. I feel like I should know that. All right, thanks. Appreciate that.
So I have a question for you on a different topic. DMHMT is asking, can we look at the photos from the port to talk about the tank that rolled last night, what it's for, where it went, whether the other two are coming as well? And they said thanks.
I think one's coming at night and the other one's coming tomorrow.
Yeah, I think Steph actually has a great little video of that, actually.
I do? What?
The view that we were looking at before we went live.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah.
That's a different tank.
Yeah, there was a big long tank, one of the Hippo tanks rolled, and this tank also. Was this at the Port Connector Road, or this come in straight off the highway? I didn't remember seeing that at the Port Connector Road.
Apparently, that came straight from McGregor of all places.
Oh, cool. Does McGregor have an ASU?
Not that I know of.
Well, they do use it as a storage lot, don't they? Very much.
Yeah, I was a little surprised it came from there, but they might have just been staging it there because their port connector was fairly backed up.
And you just called me out on that doing my homework there with, I haven't actually, just give me a minute, I'll have those photos. But just got to download them. No, apologies for that. But yeah, this went in and we know where it's going, don't we?
And it has a friend coming soon.
That'll be going on. I don't know, I'm only guessing they'll do the far one first. But so would that be getting close to the capacity of the crane reaching that far, I wonder? With that, it's not that heavy.
No.
This thing wouldn't be that heavy, would it?
No, I'm intrigued why they even put the heavy block on it. I wish we
Well,
had.
They've got the counterweight
Yeah,
tray.
they use the weight tray to reach out, but the weight tray only had those 4 blocks on it, so nowhere near capacity. The weight tray right there on the left, the yellow one.
It's not. So the weight tray's not even used right now. I see it.
Yeah,
That's just the weight on the back of the crane.
they hooked it up to the crane and then reached out.
Okay. Let's pull it fast a bit. Oh wow, it's reached. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Oh,
Yeah,
here it
you
is.
can see the weight trays attached right there.
Oh, it is too. Yeah. I thought this thing was reaching out. I'm thinking, hang on, wrong crane.
Trying to stay out of the way.
Yeah, it's to get out of the way. Yeah. Oh, bright lights. Oh, it's finished already. There you go. There it is in place. Can we tell which side it's on?
I'm thinking the far side.
Well, the angle's sort of close to that. I know it's further over, so perhaps we're looking through here and it's over there rather than over here, because otherwise,
Yeah, because there's
through there.
Yeah, which I don't think there's. You'd have to be pretty far into the preserve to get that angle.
Yeah, I agree. Well, there you go. There's 1 hour already. Okay, a couple of minutes. I'll have those other sites. So I do have some more sites here anyway. Go back to Explorer. Bear with me. All right, Massey's. There's some in the Massey's folder. They're all over the place a little bit. I'll try to get this week. It's always good. No, I'm telling lies again. Just have to be a little patient for 1 second. The other sites and the port. They're in with the port photos too, so we'll get a good view there in a second.
Other, I think.
Yeah, and the others, yeah, they'll be here in a second.
There's also a handful of photos that get put in the wrong place.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I usually have them sorted out. I had them all, at least this week, I had them all sort of, in order. So all the Gigabase stuff was, from this side to that side. So we start over at the tank area. I mean, the stand area, then move on to the center area, and then move on to the rocket garden. I'll try to do that a little bit. All right, just give me a second. I'll do some unzipping.
Wow.
Well, indeed.
Back at you. Wow.
Caught myself before I said something horribly inappropriate, I think. I hope.
You guys are funny.
It's a good thing you think so. Most people don't.
Hey, for once I agree with Alex.
I'm going to mark that down.
Yeah, right.
Auto ticket.
And I'm not going to note the context tone it was given in, so winning.
Are we going to talk about things that are going to happen next? If we only knew.
Oh, there's that British comedian. He does a really good job of that, of all the words that have silent letters, and I can't think of his name now. He did it at the live at the Apollo. Geez, he did a good job of it. One of these tanks rolled, and I haven't looked at my chats too much this morning as to where it actually ended up at Starbase, and I'm not sure if someone wants to pop a link or something in Patreon land. You know where it is? Be handy.
I think it's by the Pad 2 blast wall.
Just knowing.
While you look for that, we want to thank RIBHI Ribby for their $10 donation. Thank you so much.
That's awesome. We're getting donations through to help RGV Aerial keep the plane in the sky and keep the Starlink billet at hand, at bay. So just here, Alex, you're saying?
I think so. Gazer had a shot where looking at old D2 and you can sort of see it peeking out. I don't know if he posted on X or yet. I just know he took a Brazilian photo today, so I'm sure he still has a lot of work to do.
Yeah. It takes a bit to get them all ready for uploading.
It does have two tall tanks right behind it, so that's kind of a clue.
Oh, is that on lab cam? Is it lab cam? Let me have a look.
And real quick, Alex, Neil Anderson in Patreon Lounge was wondering about the massive pile of geotextile, if you'd like to fill him in on that.
Pretty sure they're going to start the expansion project. It looks like they quite possibly approved it in a similar fashion as they did for the Pad B/2 expansion, where they posted it and depending on public comments, determine whether or not it was necessary to. Because from the initial submittal, it was basically, yeah, we don't see a problem with this. So, and they're piggybacking everything still off of their original 2012 EIS. So, yeah, and there's various ground shots where they have the survey stakes all over the place for expansion boundaries. So,
Oh, it's not. I thought
And then
that's
we
not
just-
it. There. That was silly to think it was that. It's back in here somewhere. But somewhere is it? Back in here somewhere.
yeah, well,
So I was in the middle. Sorry. Yeah, that's we saw that here, didn't we, Alex? This bit here was sort of all done before we even really knew what was going on, didn't we? This triangle here.
Yeah, and it's the same thing that for reasons, and PK can probably vomit a little bit. All they're doing is they're going to scrape off the vegetation and not dig out the muck. They just start putting their fill on top of it to leave the underlying surface as undisturbed as possible. Which explains their love affair with piles here.
Yeah, definitely.
And then we
definitely
also want to
switched
thank
it.
Martin.
Yeah.
Sorry, Steph. We just want to thank
Yeah,
Martin
go
for
ahead.
his £2 donation. Thank you, Martin.
On your buddy. On your mate. What's that? Celebrate their 20th super on a live stream. Well, congratulations on your one of the two, your 20th time you've donated. Good on you. So yeah, there's a good chance sooner rather than later we're going to see some of this filled in.
A fleet of rock trucks should be showing up soon.
So I guess you're having a guess that'll be this area. I mean, it could really be any of the areas. I mean, just because it's here doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be this area, does it? That's what I'm trying to say.
I'm assuming it'll be around pad 1, just because it's such a congested site currently.
Around this whole area.
Yeah, because they cleared out essentially just where they're putting the trench.
Well, the trench sort of fits here. That once they do that, there's really no room around this side. So they really want a bit more. There's no room this side for the gantry or for the cryo. This kind of corner of the cryo pipes. I think we saw on the mud map.
Yep. Yeah. So, and for timing, they did say early this year is when they would be able to do the land swaps, probably with the land bank that they were setting up.
Actually, yesterday when we were talking about this, and that maybe because of the military were involved, someone said in the chat, it was kind of funny, said, "Welcome to Star Force Starbase."
I mean, there's a very good chance that in the next 3 years there'll be the SpaceX trifecta at Vandenberg.
Oh, that'd be great to see a bit more of the wetland getting a bit more land being utilised. I mean, I know that I've always said this. I know there needs to be concerned about environments, but boy, they're really only looking at such a tiny, tiny part of such a vast amount of wetland. Okay, now we do have those photos as promised over here. Some of these things could be quite weighty, couldn't they? For the big crane and that. I guess I think you're saying, was it the taller column which we haven't seen yet? It's probably one of the heavier things, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of them are over 800 tons, so. And it should be a similar size to the big hot dog tanks. Between the hot dog tank size and a booster.
Oh, that tall. No, sorry, I've forgotten. You'd say the taller one was the one closer, and then the shorter one further over here. Yeah.
No, the short one that's unwrapped is by the open sort of gap in the right there, just to the left of it, that square. Yeah. And then the top
Okay.
one that isn't here yet is right there.
And we saw fairly substantial footings under here, didn't we? On this area, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, that whole pile cap is pretty robust. And
I
yeah,
don't know
there's
whether you said it on a live stream or not since then. You've got an idea this may be for drainage as well, for water to be able to move around.
Yeah, they've cut a hole. There's a shot where there is a pipe sticking out of it on that close the other corner right there, that lower one. Yeah, just from you can barely see it right there, but yeah. But yeah, it's probably they're doing a bit of biofiltering with it.
And that's for runoff off the actual site, yeah?
Yeah. Slow it down. It's just kind of like dust. There shouldn't be any chemicals per se in any of the runoff, but slow it down, just get it percolate in so it cuts down on erosion and that sort of stuff.
Is that mainly for rain, or is there condensation involved as well? Is there a lot of would be more water involved with rain, would there, than just condensation?
Yeah, they try and keep everything pretty tightly insulated because all that is just wasted energy.
Oh, look out, Oregon has joined the chat. Cool. Okay. Cool. Yeah, so this being able to jump backwards and forwards and around all over the place is one of the good things about this show. I love this modular design these days. It's so much better than what we've seen in the past. I mean, what SpaceX originally did was well and truly worthwhile. They did a job the way they had things before. Did a job, that's for sure. Sorry.
Yeah, but this is just pretty standard chemical and petroleum engineering fare.
Yeah, like I keep saying, the stuff we see at Starbase is by no means unique.
No.
Do we know which company is supplying the ASU?
Lind. Yeah, everything is Lind. I'm not sure if they're going to actually run it, but yeah, this is all just straight from them. I mean, there's two other options, but yeah.
Okay, this is the good. Yeah, okay. So this is Indie posted. It's thanks to Alex. This is Alex's work. Thank you very much. And then there's the bits and pieces. So that piece goes on top of this, and then that whole piece goes over here, and this fits that spot, and then the one that's already there, that oh, sorry. That's it's further over, isn't it? This one.
All the way down the road. It's uncovered this week, finally.
Yeah. Goes over here. And then the other various things. And of course, we've already seen those squat. I thought these might have been taller. I thought these might have been like heaps taller. Like maybe like what we see at the back of the Pad2 pump farm sort of type tall.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, is this that sort of piping that can let water in? Is that what that is?
Some of the shots it looks like it, and some of it is the high density foam, like the water lines that you fuse together. But yeah, I think a lot of this I've seen has the sleeve or the sock on it. So
Okay, so all that is very much draining, like you're saying, of course. Excellent. Okay, what The
Ruby's
pilot,
wondering if they'll be
okay.
collecting hydrogen as well.
Absolutely not.
Don't see a need to.
You don't liquefy hydrogen unless you need to. It has some fun properties to it.
Yeah, from our discussions, a few things I sort of remember about hydrogen. You're talking about hydrogen. It's yeah, a very different commodity to things like oxygen and nitrogen.
Yeah, it has a spin isomer, which, depending which, if it's matter of para, it will, what flips between those conformations, it will release enough energy to boil itself. So when you liquefy it, you have to use some catalyst to force it into the lower energy conformation.
Are you saying you got to beat it into submission?
Yeah,
Okay.
the quantum world rears its ugly head very in your face with hydrogen. Helium as well, but...
And Steven's wondering if it'll be noisy, the ASU.
No, it'll probably be a nice rumble. But most of these plants, they have to have a maximum sound level, especially here.
Would most of the noise be the motors, or like the hissing, or whatever, or the like the actual noise of the turbines? The compressors.
Probably shouldn't hear those because they should be very well balanced. Like, they'll just be, your industrial valves and popping. It probably won't be. It'll sound right at home next to the tank farm.
Actually, it is the correct term to call these turbines, anyway, isn't it? They are actually turbines, aren't they? Compressors, whatever.
They're turbo machines, technically, but yes, they are turbines.
We were joking earlier. Imagine bolting one of those turbines to your car. In that respect, rather than being driven by the exhaust, I was sort of more calling them superchargers, because you can get superchargers that are this kind of turbine rather than the twin roller 671 blower types.
Well, you could
Sound like a naughty
take
boy,
some
dude.
of these are back to back, so you could use your exhaust to spin one and the compressor on the other.
Oh, yeah.
And inside the plant, there's a magical device that basically runs that way, where you're
The exhaust of
expanding the
something
air.
helps. So the exhaust of something does drive a compressor.
Yep.
Oh, cool.
Your turbo expander. So as you're expanding, you're actually getting some work done. So it really screws up figuring how much power these things use.
Of course, that's why a turbo works on a car. It's expanding exhaust gases, isn't it? Driving the
Yep. It's
turbine that drives the compressor.
yeah, it's taking the waste heat and expanding it to get some useful work out of it.
I love those machines they build with a turbine and there's one that uses wood even, and to create basically a jet engine to using just a car turbocharger and using the compressor to blow through a sealed wood box back into its exhaust under the turbine side of the turbo, and yeah, up it goes. They really get going. Okay, so that's
I could easily do that, I should imagine.
yeah, they're pretty neat. I probably shouldn't go there.
Where?
Oh, looking at one.
Do stuff.
I can't help myself. These things can make a jet engine basically out of putting a heat source and away you go.
Squirrel.
Yeah, I reckon. They're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool, but they don't really offset the differential, do
There
they?
can only be one Doug on the show.
Doug. So I totally missed that reference.
The dog from Up.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, come on. The output of that thing's not massive, is it? Let's face it.
It's not like anyone lives near the ASU, and that I think Yazada's good comment. It's not like anyone lives out there, so I don't think it'll. Although the environment might say it'll disturb the turtles, but I don't think it's an issue. The noise level, Starbase itself is reasonably noisy.
Yeah, that little jet engine will keep you warm, but it's not going to take you anywhere.
Well, although not being very efficient, the one way you can extract energy off it, or energy, a shaft, you can't really use the shaft horsepower. What you can do on the exhaust though is put a power turbine in the exhaust, and like a P6 Pratt and Whitney turboprop engine. You may be able to extract some energy out of the exhaust gases coming out. But the only way to extract some kind of energy, and then you could probably drive a drive shaft like any other stationary turboprop engine turbine. Anyhow, that's a sideline.
Forget the name of it. The one of F1's, they got rid of it for the next year. They basically had a turbine on one end and electric motor on the other for recovering waste heat, scavenging that energy. And the turbo expanders, it's a common shaft. One's expanding and the other's compressing.
There's a couple. It's always confused me a little bit. Sorry, we'll come back to that maybe, because some do use shaft on a turboprop engine, but things like the PT6 to P6 use use the gases to drive a separate turbine. Here it is here. They use what's called a power turbine back here to drive the actual propeller, and it's not actually connected to the compressor shaft. So just gathering the energy that comes off the back of the actual jet engine. I guess you'd call it a jet engine. But some use this shaft as well with a massive gearbox. But what you see on a normal air tractor type aircraft just use an exhaust turbine to drive the propeller, and they're backwards. This is the front of the engine, and that's the back of the engine.
So, and Duarte is wondering, what is the go live date on the ASU?
Sorry about that little digression. Alex, how long before the ASU is ready?
2 months. 2-3 months.
So we did see it maybe roughly a similar amount of time it took for the Brownsville one, maybe a tiny bit longer, maybe. There's something we didn't see, turbines. We're so distracted some days. It's funny. It's fun. So on the show, on the live streams and the show and tell, I totally missed this bit of pipe work back here.
Yes.
Interestingly, it's not a metal rack. So is that just staged there to be welded together?
It'll probably be encased in concrete.
And is that what is that pipe, do you think?
There's a two blue potable ones, and there's a green process, and the large one is also probably the process water going to the cooling towers and to the intercoolers. The 12 yeah. Currently the 12.
So,
Yeah.
So it's not taking commodities away from the side. It's bringing water in. So that means they've got to bring water in from over here somewhere, or is it got to go?
We'll probably come from there.
Does it go this way and then back around this way, or does it come in this way?
Probably. Now from the turning circle, traffic circle.
Does it mean it's got to get processed somewhere here before it comes into the OSU?
That turns into cooling water management is a entirely moving system these days, because most of them you have very little blowdown, unlike the previous systems where you'd only run the water through a half dozen times and then you just drain it. Now there's some filtering so that you have a little amount of water loss, because, well, all that water you send down the drain, they consider it processed water, in which case now it has to be specially handled, and that gets expensive. So you either have a large pond that you evaporate it from, or indulge yourself in the modern heat exchange cooling towers.
I'm going to steal a question up you, Indy. There's a question, will they go under the road for the commodities?
Yes.
And eventually it answered, well underneath the road. Curious whether it's going to be a channel or a horizontal drilling.
I think either probably they're not going to do a small bore, not like one of the mini, like 3-foot meter tunnel type things.
Would it be vacuum jacketed? Could they maybe just put a culvert through here, like with the main propellant trench at Starbase?
Yeah. Somewhere around here, there's one of the green pipes is vacuum jacketed. Yeah, some of those are the green ones by the vault, I believe, are some of the vacuum jacketed ones and that they very well might just trench, encase in concrete, and call it good.
Oh, you can do that to vacuum jacketed, can you?
You can do it to the high density ones as well. They did it with there was one liquid line running with the commodities, the gas commodities that ran parallel to the propellant trench.
Oh, it was. Yeah, I remember that. I remember what. I mean, I remember the pipes being beside the trench. Yeah. But that's not it. Down here, there was a run, wasn't there? Down beside over here.
Yeah.
Two weeks. Everyone's saying 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, everything's 2 weeks around Starbase, isn't it?
Just like everything's a breakover.
It's an HLS breakover in 2 weeks.
HLS. Oh, well, there's a turn. That's a turn for the books.
Completely random question from people. Does anyone have opinions why went with Bauer Foundations for Pad 1 versus Malcolm? The last time they used Bauer was at Massey's Flame Trench and Ground Pro.
For the pile driller?
Yep. Well, the company is Malcolm, but they also have a division that does groundwork, and this is one of them.
No, maybe it's just a logistics thing.
Could be. I mean, my idea was at Massey's they did all the ground prep themselves, and with Pad B, everything had its own you had Malcolm drilling the piles, and you had the other company doing the jet grouting and tiebacks. You had a third company doing the sheet piles that perhaps their construction schedule is such that they're just like, get it done. Because I don't know if people remember, it was, I think, around 6 months from when they broke ground at Massey's till 26 was on the mount.
They could be competing with contractor resources with the LNG plant and the other construction going around, and just had to split it up.
Yeah. And, I mean, Malcolm is doing 37. I just found it curious that
Jack's Khan, he was saying they were having a bit of trouble with the drilling on pad A.
why?
Yeah, I didn't get an answer from him. He's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be bumping into old piles. They should know exactly where everything is, shouldn't they? They're pretty accurate like that, aren't they?
I think a lot of people don't. If you watch them a few times, at first it looks like they're messing up, but they sometimes do a multi-stroke, since the drill string is longer than the stroke on the drill.
So Niall is suggesting the rebar cages kept getting stuck above the bottom of the hole. They cut the second one short.
That's not a good sign.
And I know Zach was saying maybe they ran into a boulder or something like that had been there for a long time.
There's a reason they have a geotech engineer when they're drilling any of those anomalies. But I'd have to watch it. I've heard every time they start drilling, I hear people saying, "Oh, they couldn't set the piles in. They did," and you go back and watch, and it's not as clear cut usually. But without seeing it, I'm just spitballing from previous experience, which is not nice because they very well might have had some weird problems.
Can I quote Zach here? It's a funny joke he just said. Maybe it's a boulder that's been buried for 50,000 years since the last intelligent life form destroyed a launch pad on their inaugural flight attempt. Oh, that's funny. Very funny. Okay, thanks, India. Just saw those comments over there on Zach's server. That's another really good server to follow along. Some pretty good conversations going over there. Okay, now we were looking at the sites around. Oh, thanks. That's good. Keep these questions up and what have you. That's awesome. That's the sort of way this show rolls. So that's everyone seems to be on the same sort of vibe as far as that's concerned. So that's really awesome. Thanks, everyone.
If somebody has a timestamp on the drilling excitement, if they could drop in Patreon Lounge, I'd be much obliged.
Let me just look.
Rex Johnson is suggesting that they may have hit an oyster bed, that he had experienced that problem on power line bases they set in Port Isabel.
So that was 11:20 my time, so an hour and 10 minutes ago, perhaps.
I'll look after the show.
Event Dude says 3:25.
Perfect.
Thanks for that, dudes. What? Wait, what did you say? They hit oyster what?
Rex was saying that they hit an oyster bed when they were doing the power line bases that they set up in Port Isabel. He said it only happened a couple of times from Laguna Vista to South Padre.
I'm guessing that's like a prehistoric oyster bed.
Yeah, it's kind of like the same thing in my area where we have big pockets of limestone and stuff like that that really makes it difficult for drilling or digging and stuff like that. So kind of the same type of thing.
In the Gulf of Mexico, where
Limestone's probably the
asteroid
nastiest
wipes the
rock
dinosaurs
to
out.
build them.
Well, hang on, man. What was that, Alex? Sorry.
Limestone is just a horrible rock.
You got that right.
And if you don't like it,
No,
there
sorry,
might be a
Mark.
huge void under.
Sorry, go.
Nope.
And sorry, Martin, what were you saying?
Wasn't the Gulf of Mexico where the asteroid hit, where it wiped the dinosaurs out?
That is one leading theory. Yep.
So I'm just wondering how they're finding these things in, the Gulf of America, whatever you want to call it. I don't know.
I believe there's a theory that somewhere down this area here was a decent asteroid collision. Somewhere down in this area, I thought it was down here somewhere.
Yeah, off Yucatan.
The crew crooks.
Okay, sorry, Alex, what's that?
Off Yucatan. Just head straight east from. Yeah, just right offshore. On the Gulf side. Towards yeah, but the dinosaur killer.
Yeah.
The home of the KT
Yeah.
barrier.
Australia hasn't got the memo yet. Oh, that's hilarious. Sorry, I'm not being political, I promise. I'm just being funny. Okay, so Matt, you were saying you had a little bit of a look around the photos here of Brownsville, and you couldn't find the tiny homes.
Yeah, I think they might be going either just off site somewhere that we're not seeing, or maybe they just sold them off to some other company, possibly.
And that'd be the tiny homes. Oh, it's not quite the right photo, is it? From this area over here. There it is. Yeah, this side here, yeah. They're all gone. Haven't been able to find them anywhere. Well, Saints, all their other sites are, fairly well full of, like, they're sort of going away from tiny homes more into like apartment buildings and, houses, and they've got that other site along the road, on the highway and that. And they've got these other sites over this end of the world with tiny homes. They probably don't really need them so much anymore. Okay, that's a beautiful shot. Didn't realise. So is that all? That's just Brownsville, isn't it? Where's the border? Is that the border? We're looking towards the border over there, are we?
I believe that's a more northerly shot.
Oh, so the
Borders to
border's
the
over
left.
here. Yeah. Is that the Gulf I can see out there? I'm not sure. Anyhow,
Now the Gulf should be actually off to the right. Like you won't see it in this picture.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't quite got my bearings up here yet.
There's the Rio on the left of that frame. All right, the
Right
left
here?
edge. Left edge. Yeah, yeah. Well, not necessarily. Go back, drop down, expand out, and go down. That's the Rio.
Gotcha. So is this Highway 4?
Yes.
Oh, there's a landmark here. Is that a landmark? Oh,
That's
is
the
that
that's
the
Brownsville Vortac.
Yeah, yeah. That means the airport's just. Is that in line with the runway? Is that like in line with the runway?
No.
Okay.
What is that for?
It's for navigation for the airport.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Is that for VOR for your omnidirectional?
It's actually an Omni range, I believe.
Yeah, cool. Which is VOR, isn't it? Navigation, so I've got the.
Yeah, it's like
conversation.
it's like an ADF, a directional ADF.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can see the brown lot in that picture also, just off to the very right center. A little bit more.
Cool.
Yeah, all the way to the right there. Nope, keep going a little bit farther. That's the one where they're putting some of the some of the pieces for Gigabit. But yeah, that's the brown lot.
Okay, yeah, that's the steel. I thought, yes, that's the steel lot. That's their parking bay, and this is that other lot where we see a couple of vaporizers and a few things.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of homes going in the area. You can see up there if you go just up a little bit. There's a bunch of homes going in, and then off to the left there's a whole new development starting.
Yeah, it's probably going to grow a bit with all this work in the area of recent times between both SpaceX and the LNG plant.
How far is Brownsville from Starbase?
I think it's about 25 to 30 minutes, roughly.
Oh, okay.
The Mad Mile, yeah? Is that the old the old Border Patrol station?
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So speaking of steel lot, we're back at that steel lot. No, I'm not doing a Windows update right now. Thank you, Windows. No way. That'd be hilarious. Just wait a minute. Windows is updating. So there's steel here, and there's some steel here, and there's some steel over there, and there's some more steel over here. So there's steel and steel. A few trucks.
Every week I look at this lot and wonder if there's ever going to be a Cybertruck up in that little junkyard up there.
Oh, yeah. Trying to say something about Cybertruck?
Well, Ryan's not here, so I guess I'll be the dedicated Cybertruck hater today.
Now I'm looking for an Aubrey.
Do you call them car wreckers where they, sell second-hand car parts? A wrecking yard?
Pick apart.
We call them wrecking yards, or the wreckers go down to the wreckers and pick up a door handle or a blinker lens or something. or a gearbox, whatever. And yeah, that other site we were talking about is here.
They still sell cars that consumers can maintain themselves in Australia?
Barely. Well,
Say, time to move.
My car's like a 2005 or 10 model, so yeah, you can still work on mine.
It's nearly a classic these days.
I know, right? Yeah. I've always worked on cars. I can like tear down a red, like a 6-cylinder or V8, like the older school, like an old Chevy V8 350, whatever. Don't find a problem with that. The last car I did changed the head gasket on, was fuel injection. I was a bit weary, but my brother said just download the manual and just follow the instructions. It's easy. So I did, and it worked fine. Funny, 2 days after changing the head, I drove it 4,500 kilometres from Victoria up to far north Queensland, and I got to say.
By the way, a little random piece of information if you want to go back one picture. Now a little bit more extended picture of that area.
Oh, hang on. I'm lost now.
While you look for that, we want to thank Colin Casper for his $50 donation. Thank you so much.
Yeah, there you go. So just north of that lot, as the picture is, that is actually a little RV park right there. So if anybody's looking to move into the Brownsville area and wants a nice cheap place, that is only $300 a month for lot rent. So just a random fun fact.
Trailer park, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Thanks.
I can't believe they call these trailers that. They're more like, I don't know.
Those are mobile homes or manufactured homes. But you've got some RVs in the back there.
Yeah, I see that, yeah.
Caravans or
Yeah, right.
There's another one of those lots you're talking about getting built out.
Yep, they're all over the place when you start looking. It's getting built up pretty quick in that area.
Ticky-tacky all in a row. Okay, so I remember that when I'm going to go over there, which might be not in the immediate future. Okay, let's look around the port quickly. Very orange today. Oh, there's the wind farm. Wow, that's incredible. Didn't realize that was there. Wow, that's awesome.
Texas has the state with the most renewable energy in the U.S.
Nice one, yeah.
Yeah, if you fly out and go out up over the north up there, up that way, and when you're flying out in a commercial, you see windmills for 15, 20 minutes. It's a huge farm up there.
Good on them.
If you head west, it's even crazier.
Yeah, West Texas is supposed to just be.
Well, every little bit helps, so that's good. This is the ASU. We can it'll look a little bit different, but yeah, it'll have similar sort of infrastructure at the one at Starbase, but a little bit different. It's going to have its cooling system and its towers and its other systems. I don't see those tanks. Is that like those tanks have just stood up at Starbase?
They're hidden behind the bulk storage tank.
Okay, cool. Oh, and what are they? Are they some kind of like heat exchanger, the tanks they just put in?
I have to look when it's further along, but they might just be for their waste gas. cooling it down. They don't look insulated or anything, so. But you do generate quite a bit of, oxygen's 20.1%. And you're not going to use all of the nitrogen. You use a lot of the nitrogen in various processes. There's on the skid to the left, one photo over. The middle one, the end one. My bad. The left end one, yeah. Those 4 big columns, yeah, those I think are the adsorption columns for stripping out CO2 and other. Then part of the process you'll regenerate and absorb water vapor, and part of the process you reactivate them. You'll then run dry, hot nitrogen gas through to drive off whatever they adsorbed. And yes, I am saying adsorb, not absorb. Its absorption, it sticks to the outer surface. Think of like foam on waves at the beach. That's just proteins in the water sticking to the outside of a water bubble, essentially. Don't ask. But yeah.
So this absorb?
Yep. Yeah, it's essentially clinging to the outside by molecular forces rather than being sucked into it.
Cool.
Yeah. But yeah, the best example, everyday example, is foam on the surface of churned up lakes or the ocean.
And there's a question whether there'd be enough where they could run this on solar, but this thing requires a
God,
amount of energy.
What they're good for, like, baseline usage. Once you get them dialed in and running, you tend not to want to spin them down, because everything from the columns are sized for specific volume flow, mass flow moving through them, or they have a fairly tight operating window. A lot of times, if you're not using all your product, you'll just evaporate it. Because for efficiency and reasons, because the bulk of ASUs is your power consumption. So, and like one of the energy batteries is essentially using ASUs for generating their cryogenics and using that as an energy source.
This is the one,
So
Steph. You got it now.
You said
Yeah.
adsorb, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, adsorption.
Thanks. It was cough, man, but call me out on that. Thank you very much.
Just got some breaking news. B18.3 is undergoing some cryo testing.
Is that really breaking news? I feel like that happens almost every night now.
It's sort of breaking. It's happening adjacent to the streams.
You're right. You're right.
Alex, don't say breaking and mass season testing.
Sorry, testing news.
Yeah, it's a little triggering for some of us.
Yes, for me, definitely.
New this hour.
There you go.
Just in.
Yeah. Just in. Trigger warning. Hey, look at that. Did I read correctly that there's signs that 18.1 may be leaving
Getting
the super
killed?
pressure?
I don't know. I saw something about that as well. I believe some people have seen parts of the pistons of the inner tank be removed, but I don't know. At this point, I think B18.1 is gonna outlive the entirety of Block 3. So
Yes.
Until it doesn't.
just wait for the first for Flight 12 full stack explosion, 1 meter off the pad. It'll outlast it.
I'm torn between wanting that outcome and being sad that I'd want to kind of see that.
You'd want to see a full stack explosion 1 meter off the pad.
Oh yeah, it'd be.
I genuinely think I would cry. Just not even joking. I think I genuinely would cry. 18, you know, brought me close. 36, that was rough, but a full stack explosion on that beautiful pad. I
You
think it would
want
be
a,
cry.
Alex, you want a full stack explosion?
It wouldn't do. It'd be more of a deflagration. It wouldn't be a full explosion.
This is how you can tell that the Alexes. You've got evil Alex who wants a full stack explosion, and you've got positive
Pyro
Alex.
Alex. It's Pyro
Yeah,
Alex.
pyro Alex and non-pyro Alex.
But in the defense of RUD, Alex, a RUD teaches us a lot more than not having a RUD. We learn a lot when things explode.
And as a quick update, we have just added RGV tissues to the merch store.
Tissues?
Nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah. Some days I wake up and choose violence. Other days violence finds me.
Store to check.
Wait. Some days?
How dare you?
Right, Indy?
Just killing them crows left and right.
Okay, only on days that end with Y. I choose violence.
Very good, Alex.
Yeah.
You're the
Why
best.
Why did English have to put day after every day?
Just in case somebody forgets.
Song stuck in your head.
So overused.
No.
Can't see any evidence in our flyover photo, but that doesn't mean they've started to do something as far as getting.
It was very recent.
It has to be removed
Yeah.
sooner or later. Did anyone post it on X? Well, that was
No,
just
I
in
think-
Raptor side, wasn't it?
It might have been in lab. I think it was in lab. I saw it.
Raptor
Yeah,
side, they mentioned it.
But again, we've seen them remove cylinders and tweak things and then put them back.
Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it.
The longer this stays and gets tested and validated, the less chance that I'm going to get to see my full stack of Kabooey.
I don't care. I'm sick of seeing it now. I'm sick of seeing
Fine,
it.
then,
Just kill it.
then come join me on the dark side.
Come join me on the dark side of the Force. Fine then, as long as it kills this stupid test tank.
Still kill lots.
All I want to see, and my life will be complete, is the V3 booster with the painted aft section, and my life will be complete. Which we are getting.
That would be short.
I'm not going to fault your dream, but
No, okay,
maybe
okay.
that's where I went wrong.
It's already on booster 19, so yeah.
Maybe that's why 18 went. Only a small segment of the aft was painted.
Yeah, they need to paint it's clearly load bearing. They need to paint the entire aft. God, SpaceX, I mean, come on. Painting 101.
There's other things that coding could do other than structural. It could, keep bad
I'm pretty sure.
evil
I'm pretty.
spirits like me away from it.
Nah, that entire aft section, the paint is really what supports the load. I'm sure of it.
That aft is
As a future engineer, I'm gonna suggest that just add paint, and boom, it's fixed. Make it look pretty. Form over function always.
I've spent 15 years in post-production and visual effects. You'd be shocked what a little bit of touch of color and a grade will do. Appease people. So you're not wrong.
If anyone here looks on the news one day and sees something about some sort of rocket company losing a full stack because someone decided to paint something instead of actually testing something, you'll know that I was there. That's all I'll say.
Sometimes you use paint so that you can see micro cracks forming.
Yeah, why would you want to see them? Just like cover them up. It's fine. Out of sight, out of mind. That's the quote, isn't it? That what Werner von Braun said?
Yeah, I mean, you don't know what the limits are until you break them.
Exactly. But hopefully with customer payloads on board, so you learn as much data as you can. But for free. Well, yeah. Pay for it. Boom.
And yeah, I mean, well, that's rule one: is you won't. It's like, what's the best handling car in the world?
Mine.
And
what does this stream turn? Wait, are we still live? What does this stream turn into?
Yeah, I don't know where you're taking me, but a rental car, hands down, best performing car on the planet.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You'll break later.
I plead the fifth. I'm not talking about this. Goodbye.
We're gonna safe place, Todd. It's okay.
That carries. There it is. That one. Sorry.
Yes, absolutely.
Nice.
All right.
Now that you've traumatized Todd.
Now let's just put a Barra engine in it.
My daughter just texted me eyes. Hi, Aurora.
Is Aurora
And you're not
listening?
the only
Hi,
one
Aurora.
to choose violence, by the way.
Me?
Peanut says, yeah. Peanut says he'd like to see a ship pile drive the pad on a return.
Oh.
So you're not alone, Alex.
I had us filled with inappropriate comments that I can't share on a family stream.
I think that's always in the back of most of our minds.
Inappropriate comments? God, I hope not.
I was thinking the same thing.
I'm just stop giggling. When the images do this, the means I'm giggling. That's very funny, guys. Okay, we're at the port. We finally made it to the port of Brownsville. Sort of took a bit of a detour getting here. And yeah, episode 5. Yeah, we really hope this show keeps going, continues on. We seem to be getting good feedback and a reasonable following. So yeah, we're pretty happy with this show so far.
And our show's cooler than Starbase Weekly. Don't forget that. This one's the cool show with the cool people.
Yeah, this is a less formal sort of. Yeah, as you've obviously noticed in the last 10 minutes, it's a very informal show, which is good.
We were talking.
Yeah, what
very
rails?
serious.
Oh, Jake's back.
I've been back for about the last 10 minutes or so.
I didn't hear any crickets, though.
Well, lucky for you, you got to hear our insightful conversations.
Ooh, and we just got a $5 donated sub from Peanut. Thank you so much, Peanut. And congratulations to all the recipients.
Gifted 5 memberships, not $5.
5 subs is what I said.
Okay.
Yeah, memberships.
That's what I heard. Okay, thanks, Indy. Awesome. Keeping an eye on that for us.
Is the USS?
Just going to say the money from.
Go on, Jake.
Go ahead, Alex B.
Oh, I was just going to say, is the USF John F. Kennedy still there, or is it completely gone?
We're just about to get there. And what were you saying, Jake?
Woohoo!
I was just going to say the money from the donated memberships can go towards paying for a new pair of rails for the stream.
Nah, we're too far gone.
Too soon, Jake.
Oh,
Too
that's
soon.
Gonna need a break over to get it back on the tracks because we're toppled over.
Nice.
They're slowly making progress. I noticed this little area here's a bit short. I think these cats were a little bit longer last week, or over the last few weeks anyway. So, wow, this hanger must go away to the front, does it? I can't get over how big the hanger is. I didn't realise the hanger on these ships were quite that big.
It just looks like a little freighter underneath.
I feel like they slowed way down over the last 4 to 6 months on this thing, because right in the beginning when we first started looking at it, it seemed like they were just flying through it, and then they got about halfway done with that top, and then kind of really slowly going the rest of the way.
Why not just take it out to sea and blow it up? Just blow it up.
Make a reef.
It'll be so much quicker. Exactly. Make a reef.
I'll drive a ship into it.
This just feels like a waste of time and money.
A lot of scrap
There'll be a net gain in scrap steel, especially steel prices, especially when steel prices up. Scrap steel's worth good money.
I have a feeling maybe that superstructure supporting the flight deck was one of the valuable steels then.
It cost them $1 to get rid of it this way.
Right.
It cost them $10 million to sink it as a reef.
Nah, just get a couple of bombs. I'm sure there are plenty left over in the walls of the ship. Someone drop one, oopsie, just kaboom.
They'd have to do an environmental impact statement first. Come on.
No, it's a ship. Tow it off Yemen, and things happen.
we can launch Alex with full stack off there.
Playing with fire, Alex. Playing with fire.
Oh yes.
Yeah, I mean, no, you could just take it out to the Gulf and then just not come back with it and say we lost it. Things go missing.
Oopsie, the bilge pump has worked in reverse.
It had the wrong charts. You're looking everywhere for the Gulf of Mexico, and wait, never mind. Now I'm really going into dangerous territory.
Really? Playing with fire.
You're saying that a torpedo to blow this up to sink it would cost $10 million too, perhaps?
I mean, yeah, our military contractors, they need to get paid.
I mean, if a hammer costs $1,000, what do you think a torpedo costs?
So the delay, the slowing down maybe because they're the slowdown maybe because they're bringing more labour intensive bits and pieces out as they're going to, perhaps all this stuff along the sides here. There's heaps of infrastructure on the side here. There's a great big boiler room and all sorts of things in here. They've also taken out as well. See, 3 levels here they've taken out as well to get down here.
The steel workers are all on Mega Bay or Giga Bay. That's what happened.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we continue. Oh, here we go. More port photos here. Still can't quite see the connector road. Now that ASU site, isn't it over there somewhere? Isn't it up this highway somewhere? Way over here somewhere? Might be off screen from here. I might have it wrong. I might be over that way more. Is it off that highway maybe?
Where's that, dudes? We need to be really wrong 3 times, and somebody will correct us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's only minor. I could sit here for half an hour trying to find it. But then again,
What's the record show? I'm not. It's right there.
There it is, upper
Dead center
left,
for-
right dead center.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought me and Alex were going to have to do another intermission.
Yeah, I was. What the record show? I wasn't encouraging the squirrel this time. Not that I've ever done that in the past stuff.
I'll wear that one. That's all good. I was trying to find the port connector road here. Oh, there it is. There she blows. A few tanks and what have you. I really like, okay, so I really like the way you still use rail quite a lot. We don't use rail so much in Australia these days.
Probably the mining companies do, but that's in the middle of nowhere, literally.
Middle of whoop whoop, we call that, out the middle of whoop whoop.
Yeah, and unfortunately this week I think we didn't get any pictures of the RGV LNG plant.
Wait, we need sponsorships and we're having our own LNG. Oh, no, never mind.
Out the back of Burke somewhere, out beyond the black stump. Okay, well, let's go closer to Brownsville then and have a quick little look at the airport storage lot.
Amazing what they've decided to use.
Sorry.
Oh, go on. I was just.
Oh, there is still. I was going to say, didn't they expose the car park along here? And it seemed like they're covered in dirt again, but that's just this bit's a bit dirty still.
Wait, zoom in just to the right of those two dumpsters. Across there's a huge valve. Yeah. Oh, a handful of them. Oh. That went my theory. Those look like they're manual anyway.
They have a handle, yeah.
Keep hoping we'll see something for your missing daily valve.
Ah, yeah. Well, the other end of it doesn't go anywhere yet either, does it? Hang on. Are you talking about... Those images aren't in the right. Are you talking about the one over this side?
Yep. No, the one closest to us. The pancake. Yeah, right there. Where they just have the expansion.
And while you're on this picture, I actually did have a question about those 6 smaller tanks right there. Why is the 5th one down the only one that has that little end cap thing there? Maybe you know, Alex?
I personally think somebody in purchasing has an evil sense of humor. Because on the propellant tanks, one of them is not like the others. The eyebrow tank, as I referred to it.
And it's crooked too, by the way.
Yeah, that one is a little crooked.
Good eye.
Something I have been interested in know about though is obviously we see SpaceX barge in most of these tanks. Is there like a main universal supplier for these tanks, or is it just that they are insanely expensive due to their size?
There's only a handful of these tanks. The water ones are fairly standard tanks for the petrochemical. I think they're ethylene tanks normally. The cryogenic ones, there's a like 3 major manufacturers that make them to that size. And lately they've switched from Chart to Airtech, a Turkish firm. So yeah. And then there's an Indian and I think 2 Chinese manufacturers that are independent. I mean, a lot of the Chart tanks are made in India currently. I mean, in China. The Turkish ones are made in Turkey.
Event Dudes is mentioning that they never fixed the chart for LN2 tank.
Not sure which tank he's referring to. I'll have to look. But yeah, see, you can't see in this image. One of the nitrogen tanks. There it is. The very last one of the nitrogen tanks on the propellant side. Keep heading towards the beach. One more over. There it is, the eyebrow tank.
The
I
eyebrow?
personally think this. Yeah, it has eyebrows. See, everybody else, and then it has.
Wow.
These ones have plucked eyebrows, and these ones have eyebrows.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's, different lifting points. It's just slightly different than the rest. So.
They do it just to piss off the OCD people in the.
I can only hope.
There you go, Jake. AK John Doe in chat saying, "Lol, staying on the rails is overrated."
He's very right there.
How else do you learn? Just don't fly off the rails.
Sorry, Event Dudes was talking about the crooked tank, the deluge tank.
Oh yeah, it's still, yeah. I think it got worse when they brought the last one in.
I think we need that full stack explosion.
Yeah, because
now that I've seen that, I'm rooting for it.
Well, what's really exciting is, and yes, there's the water line to the back of the pond is hooked up. And then it goes into a skid, and then a lot of hand waving where it potentially goes.
Do you think?
So I had a thought, Alex. It kind of hurt. Could these skids be actually sucking water from the pond rather than taking water to the pond?
You tend to push suction. I mean, there's not that much of elevation gain, but pushing with the pump generally is much more efficient than sucking on it. So, but that's a little pedantic. Currently, it doesn't look like they're connecting that sump to that. I kind of think that'll continue on to. They have the water storage nearby in the aspirational diagram, and they also have, I think, a LNG plant in that area, train in that area, which also likes water. So, but yeah, Zach and I have been talking about it. I don't know where they found that.
And do you think they're going to keep those plumbed like 3 and 3 like that, or do you think they're going to finish that connection right there in the middle?
It's separate because the 3 go to the ridge, the other 3 go to the top deck. and
Ridge top deck. Yeah, ridge top deck.
yeah, it's separation and concerns. How you could the pressure and flow requirements for the top deck and making it sort of self-balancing would be some clever engineering. But and there's a lot of reasons, like for when they pre-charge the top deck, they could easily do that just by increasing the pressure inside the tank. Meanwhile, if they did that with the ridge, they would overflow the weir, and then they would get themselves a nice siphon going.
Yeah, makes sense.
Which, and the oddity, which why Steph and I agree that they're going to probably put a valve where that expansion is they have the balancing lines. They between the weirs, they have a port on the bottom so that they can pre-charge the deck. You can, or the deflector surface, so you don't have a monster water hammer, and they fill up the weir also about to the top before they, again, for the same reason, you want that huge slug going down the pipes being driven by, what are they? I think they're around 250 psi. So that would be not pleasant and those lines aren't really laid out with, there's a lot of quarters in them, so that wouldn't be a good day.
Well, don't you want those separate also? Because during a static fire, you're not going to want to dump water into the top deck.
Yeah, that's a big one as well. And the water line that was hooked up and running across the purging and isolation is also, it goes to spaghetti once it goes along that wall. So yeah, you can see it on the back walls there. That's the new water line they put in.
And it splits down here. It goes to two different ways, one this way and one this way.
I think that one is the existing. And there might be a four-way. I have not tracked these in a while, mainly because those two black trailers block most of the good views. And
Yeah.
one of the skids they moved in is, I don't know how they got it in. They're masters of sneaking things in with all the cameras and nobody sees. And yeah, if they're reusing the sump water, like that white by the welding trailers, that beat up box kind of looks like it could be a portable sort of filter kind of system, but again, would be very on brand for SpaceX, buying something secondhand, seeing if their idea works, and if it does, then iterate on a better solution.
Or even that other rusty bucket. I mean, that other rusty thing we saw back. I'm in the wrong spot. Yeah, I'll find the photo again.
You're going to have to narrow it down. I don't know which rusty bucket. Oh, that one, yeah.
It's not plumbed or anything. Yeah, so that. Oh no, there you go. Look, it's sort of something.
Yeah.
It's more
I can look at it sideways.
That thing is.
Yeah. Yeah. But I haven't, because I'd hoped they would go. Oh wow, they didn't even finish all of those. Don't change.
Speaking of OCD annoyances, how's that angled building of yours, Steph?
It's still there. Yep. Thanks. Yep.
It looks lovely. Well, The shot toward the beach is a pipeway if you really want to start twitching. Also a good one.
I can't quite see it in this one. I can't see. I know it ends there. I can't kind of see it in this photo. Kind of looks like it's there.
I think by the excavator where they put some of those steel plates down. I wonder if the tank, the other, just to the other side in its shadow. Yeah, I wonder if they move those big probably methane tanks over there.
That kind of looks like where they're parked on the camera just to get them out of the way for now. There's another one. There's a move window for one coming tonight.
Yeah, I have a feeling we have cold bucks coming. Move your stuff.
Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying, yeah.
And before you move away from the pipes, Eben Waterman is wondering what actually is the purpose of those two big elbows in the middle of the tanks?
It's a siphon or weir. It's so that they can not have any mechanical valves. So when they pressurize, the water just goes, but to keep it from draining. So it's essentially a valve, pressure-driven valve.
Same as I had weirs here as well. So I got the wrong photo again. I think I'm missing some photos, I'll have to look at that. So also, in essence, the ridge and the flame trench buckets are below ground level. So if they didn't have these weirs and they filled these tanks up, they would essentially just drain down here. So like Alex said, instead of having a valve in here, they just put a weir in here so the water can't, or it's sort of like an opposite to a siphon, I guess, until it actually starts running. But but to stop water, draining freely down in here. Pad 1 had it as well, with the plate underneath the launch mount being below grade. They needed some kind of way to stop the water from just running out of the tanks.
Yeah.
And then the third one here for the other 3 tanks, it's for the top plate, and because it's above the ground, it doesn't need a weir or necessarily a valve. But I can sort of see how a valve maybe. I mean, once that pipe's full of water, Alex, it's got a bit of head height, which they can sort of pump a bit of pressure against, I guess. But yeah, I'd imagine they'd want them a bit more charged.
I think as
these don't get very charged.
No. I think as long as you don't have any air pockets in the line, because compressing the gas is what really gives you a good hammer.
Yeah, true. Yeah, even more so than just a pipe going around a corner can cause hammer, as far as I know too. So being able to pre-charge these pipes, that's a significant amount of water, isn't it? By the time you fill up the plate a bit and all the pipes, they can do that from the town water and still have the tanks full. That's going to take a fair amount of tank water to actually fill all the system up, wouldn't it?
Yeah. And what's funny is inside the trench, you can see on the trench wall, if you pan down towards just above the where the sump is, but above the top, you can kind of see the mud line of how full this gets when just like midway on that second pan, just below that line, the dark line. Yeah, it's more evident on the wall. It sort of splits one of the panels. Yeah, right around there.
Mud, potable water and mud.
I don't think you can get away from all the silt and fine particulates blowing in this area.
Yeah, it does. I thought this one had that RAM system up here too. I just can't quite see it. The one at Massey's sticks out like really quite well. insert appropriate expletive. This one, you can see it quite well. The this
Oh yeah.
this pivot.
Yes.
I thought this crane had a T, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this crane has a T, but I just can't quite see it in the shot. It might be more apparent in
It
a
might-
different shot.
It might have a fixed, and then in the crane yard, it might have the for the whole luffing. Because this one, they seem to, and with all the parts in the crane yard, it looks like they checked all options.
Did someone just get one of my jokes? That took a while. Let me just check that little theory out there. I like that theory. I'm pretty sure you're right.
I'm sure I heard BJ saying it. He's our one. I think Todd also knows cranes, but he tends to keep it to himself.
And just because it's here doesn't mean it doesn't exist either. And it's not here, man. Anyhow, it's only a minor detail. It may even be somewhere in there. What are they? Oh, are they something to do with the new whatever you call them? Multi-axle trailers. There's a few things here new.
Well, something there. Oh, no. Yeah, it's not the step white one.
Yeah, those kind of look like the same rods for like that weight plate that we were talking about earlier.
They look like a tow. Something you could hook a truck to and hook one of these up to, like right there.
Because I thought there's a configuration where you don't have you have only the unit under the load points. But I could be wrong. Yeah, I think the white piece by in back, the big lattice boom, just to the right, the crane parts in back. I think that one might be the articulating one.
Oh, there it is. There's the ram, I think. Oh, maybe. Is that the ram? No.
That's just shadow then.
Might be in here. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever's in here. Like I said,
Yeah,
a little bit of a diversion.
Don't keep going to the right, or else I'll say break over.
Break over.
No, I don't think you can get that far, thankfully. Oh, now I've did it to myself, didn't I?
You did.
Zoom in those two mystery pieces, or my latest breakover pieces, obsessions.
Could be. Who knows? I can't say. I can't. The only one thought I had about this is that looks like it could join to that, like, and become like a, like a half circle with two straight sides on each side.
The weird wedge leg, I've sort of was screwing around that if they were that half circles, that those would almost be, you could use this sort of pivot points if you dropped them into a wider V. But especially if you're letting the cranes do most of all the work, you just need the back end sort of fixed. But
Okay.
reasons I was never a mechanical engineer.
So Chris Nett is wondering, have you seen the pipe cover for the lower side of the trench wall? Sorry, have we seen the pipe cover for the tower side of the trench wall?
No, not yet. I should imagine it's probably going to be a pretty simple structure.
I thought
We've
one of
seen
the
the
sides. Yeah.
We've seen the embed. Sorry, what are you saying, Alex? You've seen one of the sides.
No, I don't like that embed.
That little bypass pipe to the corner is like killing me right now. Up on the top on the deck. The little part right on the corner. Yeah, good lord.
Pull-up bar?
Just a little faux pas.
I can't imagine the clearance is that close that they had to do that for a pin. I just can't see it still.
When that wasn't put in, they could have. There's enough room that they didn't need to put that. I think that's just for draining because it's a low point.
And even maybe like with throttling to balance the manifold, perhaps too. And there's a thing here too, actually, isn't there?
Yeah. I think there's either going to be sprayers there or it's for drainage, but I think it's probably going to be a water monitor. And whenever they set up that last deluge pipe, it'll involve with that system.
What kind of water monitor do you mean? Like a pressure sensor or what?
Water cannon. Because there's going to be the stand, probably park right there. Where those, because there's those, the plates for it.
But I mean, surely they won't leave a stand there for launch, would they? Or would they?
They can bolt it down, lock it down to the ground there, so if they want to safe the booster, load it on a stand, get it out of there, especially if they want to bring a ship in 6 or 12 hours later, depending on orbits and such.
Cool. All right. I'm going to just bring us back to here again. This is awesome. Up on these little. So we've seen the gateway to Mars sign. We haven't seen the SpaceX sign for a while, so I'm still not sure what's going on with that.
Branding.
I thought maybe they're modifying so it can mount to the face of a wall rather than sit on top of a wall. Oops.
I was hoping they would sort of inlay it into the pore. God, so that's where they put all the basket strainers. The old methane shut-off valve. It's a big red handle on it. Yeah.
Sorry, I was talking to dogs for a second. Oh, this one here, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the old methane. Manual lockout.
From the launch site, along Highway 4 on the launch site.
Yep.
Yeah. And are these from, where are they? You saying, are these from Massey's? Where are you saying these are from?
I think they're from the old orbital farm. I think that's all from some of them.
Oh, yes, sorry. The launch site. Yeah, of course. Yep. So I forgot about that.
Lately, it just looks like they're moving stuff around on this site.
Yeah, they moved all this stuff over here from there, and then they moved other stuff to there. Yeah, just moving stuff around. Yeah.
They moved all the transformers to the mud to put some concrete vaults on the other side, which.
Guess the lot guy is just securing his paycheck, you know. No, really, I'm working.
I mean, looking at the inventory yard, it takes a special sort of mind to position stuff how they like their inventory. It's a training.
Yeah. So what are all those parts right there in the middle? Up a little bit more. Yep. So I see all those like stands, and then there's a couple pieces that look like some pins can go through them and stuff. What did all those come from?
The tall ones with the look like stuff is on it.
Ah.
Is it the old system or the new system? It's one of the two. There's a new system and an old system.
I mean, if they're new, part of the new thing, then that could support the possibility of there being a rocket garden up front where the tiny homes used to be.
I think they came from here, Matt, from this pad.
I think they were there for a while.
For a while, haven't they?
Yeah. And those look like the new generation ones. And then the ones closest to us, the more rectangular ones, look like they built the booster transport stands on.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new system, in our system, had to bolt the stand down to these things. These days, they just drop a pin. They changed that probably, 3-6 months ago they did that?
Yeah. I love the big pusher pin idea.
See, these had to bolt down onto there, but this new system, they just put a pin in. That was a minute or two ago, wasn't it? Okay, I don't know, we could spend an hour here too. I think I don't have we go backwards and forwards between, the last few weeks and this week to see little different things. You'll see little things, you'll just see things moved around, like there's the old RVAC transport method. There's so many things in here.
And what's kind of humorous on those orange stands, right? Yeah. They set those up just to put these on, which look like they're for the new stands.
Yeah, I think that's the opposite piece to what we saw a minute ago. To the, or vice versa.
Right.
Yeah, no. Right. One more or the other. Yeah. Okay, where are we up to?
Questions?
Yeah, questions.
No questions at the moment. We've answered all of them.
How are we going? Where are we up to? 2 hours, 40 minutes. Cool. The tiny homes. Oh, yeah, no, we don't know where they went, the tiny homes.
They might come here. Or they're just building a parking lot.
Yeah, I'm 50-50 split on that. If that's going to be a little tiny home lot or if they're just making more parking. I'm waiting to see if they add in any kind of water or electricity or something like that. Then it'll tell us for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Have a quick look through Twitter. That's always a good place to see if anything interesting going on. My Twitter's fairly clean, so it should be good. I've got one rule with my Twitter account. If it's rocket-based stuff, it can stay. If it's anything political, it gets deleted. So I've only got rocket and space stuff on my X account, which is I'm really wrapped I've been able to do that, actually. It's pretty hard to do that on social media, usually. As long as you don't go over this tab over here, we'll be right. Oh, there we are.
Derby Demons.
Well, that's the booster cryostand rolling back to the launch site. Oh, my fan in my laptop just started up as soon as I opened this video. And it's no, sorry, it's not. It's this audio. It's silly. I'm dumb some days.
Ah,
Such a nice looking piece of equipment, I tell you.
I heard that in your brain, Alex.
Which Alex?
You.
Yeah, I wonder who this stand belongs to.
It doesn't look like they need the brace between the SPMTs for this stand either, with that new whole system. No, hang on. I wonder, would have we seen, like the theory that these are used for the new cryo stands? I don't know that them being here, because this was a few days before they rolled the SPMTs to masses, whether they're being used right now under this stand or not. Can we actually see them? I guess maybe they used on the older ones. I know that like I think it's BJ said so. I'm pretty sure he's usually very accurate with things like that, so I trust him.
Over the course of quite a few flyovers, they have been working on those off and on. And I think NSF for why one of their flyovers had this on an SPMT.
Yeah, I got a feeling I've seen them on our flyovers too, to be honest.
I'm sure.
Oh, last night we got some really nice southern auroras too. We could see them even at my latitude up here at, where am I, 36 or something? Where do I live again?
What's my name again?
Yeah, 36.5 latitude.
Well, that's not that far south.
what is that?
It's an
Tuesday in Australia.
Liv's giant spider.
Oh my goodness.
No, that's Liv's giant spider.
I love it.
She's an artist. It's an art installation. Oh, is that Halloween? Is Halloween really soon, is it?
Halloween. It's for Halloween.
That's so cool.
Indy.
Yeah, I'm not a big spider fan.
There's a few of yous around, yeah.
Hey, I feel attacked.
Yeah.
You're so sensitive.
Why?
The backpack.
There's a meme
Oh.
that hit way too close to home.
What did it mean? I didn't get it. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
Some yours are actually useful.
This is actual violence. Stop.
Or at least on this show they are.
I believe Todd would say what goes around comes around.
Nice.
That's not a reality I want to live in. That just perpetuates the violence.
And there was the concrete work at Massey's Road. up just a little bit.
Yeah, we looked at that earlier in the stream. Yeah.
Doesn't look like they did a whole lot of bed prep.
That's really cool to see.
Hopefully it's just the angle, because that looks dished really bad.
Yeah, right.
Big time.
That's just the rebar too. It was poured later.
You know,
Yeah, maybe
they'll
they
they'll
haven't
keep it on
finished.
that crook like that, so that way the SBMTs stay straight.
Well, I mean,
They might, they might
for
not put the
sheer,
bar
it
chairs
actually
on.
works. It actually, for the load, it does make actual sense.
Maybe they haven't
Sort
put
of
the
like,
chairs underneath yet.
well, when you put the top under load, it'll put the bottom on tension, so you'd want the bars low down like that. It's like the crank bars. You'll see the rebar and beams that starts out along the top and then dips down and then right along the bottom edge and then pops back up towards the root. But it's probably, what the last guy said, they probably didn't put the chairs in.
Oh, I thought I had that downloaded. Yeah, I can't see chairs under there. Yeah, but it's still, even still, the base is kind of wonky. Unless it's just a, I don't know, it's not even straight.
Put the rod in first. In 6 months, you
Unless
come
it's,
back in.
so, at least they put the starter bars in. That's one thing. That's not mesh either. It's actually rebar.
Yeah. And a fairly tight spacing for, well, it does carry quite a substantial load, never mind. Never mind.
And no piles too, so it's more sort of a floating slab, isn't it? Really, on this sort of ground. I didn't realise it was quite
Yeah.
this sort of changing grade around this area. I thought it was more flat than that. Sort of dunes, isn't it? Sort of stuff.
See, cyclists, I start counting the fence posts, trying to figure out what the pitch was. But that's nothing.
Yeah, fair few photographers got a nice close ups of these. I'll have a look through Sean's stuff maybe for next week. Oh yeah. Felix is ready. So we did have that crew 11 come back. That was a bit unfortunate. Somebody got ill and had to come back. Hey, Gage, he's got some really good images of it. Actually, seems though this is being published. Let's just have a quick close look at it.
I was lucky on 11's Sonic Boom. So I was like, oh, I should turn on the stream.
Oh, nice. Man, it's so totally different engineering to the last cryostand. It's so much sort of more simple, more elegant. I don't know. It just seems so much more modern. That old one looked like, I don't know, looked rough as guts. I mean, really rough.
I really like how they tax the alignment problem, just accepting that there's going to be movement and adjust the load points to compensate rather than fighting it.
The way these are flexible, how they can move like in and out and sort of sideways a bit, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And until I'm still convinced the lead pins on since these don't have full spheres, are somewhat adjustable for height.
Sorry, I totally missed. Sorry, someone brought it up in chat. I totally missed an opportunity back here. Hang on. Where's Liv? What are you talking about? This is what spiders look like in Australia. Yeah, like the funnel web, one of the deadliest spiders in Australia. They recently found a new species in Australia, and it's bigger. And they called it. Guess what they called it? They called it the big boy.
Giga spider.
Oh, the big boy. That was funny.
That was funny.
All right,
Andy.
going on to the third hour, I think, Alex, have you anything else you really wanted to cover this week, or in chat, or Matt, do you think there's anything else you want to really cover this week? Have I sort of missed anything? Is it sort of time to start wrapping the show up, or should we find something else to dive into?
I mean, I think we covered mostly everything.
Especially considering it's a slow week.
Yeah. So, Alex, did you actually see the re-entry? The plasma and that in the sky.
I didn't bother to go out because by the time the boom hits, it's well gone. But normally, if I would have went out, I would have seen it because it was a clear night. And there's
saw it.
Cool, lucky. But yeah, there's something about where I live that pretty much any sonic boom in the SoCal area gets amplified by where I live. And every fall when they're doing one of the big aggressor training off the coast, then it's fun because there's booms all day long.
Oh, thank you, Chad. I noticed I've been keeping a little bit of an eye on chat as we're going through. It's a bit hard to do three things at once, but really appreciate all your kind manners there in chat and fairly active conversations between everyone. I'll thank Event Dudes for keeping an eye on questions and answering questions heaps in chat. Thanks, and amongst other people, and India, thanks for also keeping an eye on chat and bringing questions to us up here on the live chat up on the commentary here. So thanks for that.
My pleasure.
And I'm getting a lot of feedback that having Indy back in the streams is awesome. So yeah, a lot of positive support having Indy back with us. So it's awesome to have you with us. So I really appreciate you doing that. Thank you, Indy.
Yay!
Yay, Indy. It is nice to have
And
you.
yeah, my fellow commentator, Alex, you're awesome always. And like I always say about your patience is you got the patience of a saint. I know some days it must be a little bit taxing, but yeah, I really appreciate your patience and working things out between us all and continuing along and being a very valuable presenter with the team here. So I really appreciate that, Alex.
Patient? Wow, I have fooled. I kid.
Oh, we make you be patient. We force you to be patient.
She's kind of right. We work you until you.
I'm not. I'm just a stream of expletives are my thought level.
We hear it, Alex. We hear it.
Uh-oh.
How do you say it's lucky that you've got to push the talk button some days? It's all good.
God, yeah, you have no idea.
Enough of picking on Alex. We really appreciate you and really love that you're with us on these streams. And yeah, you're very valuable.
I mean, you shouldn't make fun of our newest Alex like this, because you couldn't possibly be making fun of me. I refuse to believe that and live in that reality. I prefer denial.
And thank you, Matt, for running the stream and pushing the buttons and turning the knobs and all the work you do in the background. You're also very good at helping in the background as well, so thank you very much.
It's always my pleasure. I love the channel and I love the team, so happy to do it.
Of course, a big thanks go out to the RGV Aerial Photography company itself for providing all those images and giving us this platform to have a bit of fun with. And so I guess this Starbase Xpanded is something where we do have a lot of fun with rather than the normal, serious streams. So I'm glad it's working out that people are having fun on the stream. And I've certainly enjoyed myself today. I was a little bit nervous again going today, but I've had a blast today, so thank you all.
Did we forget Alex, or did he already leave?
He dipped out about a half an hour ago. He's on UK time, so it was like 3 a.m. his time.
Okay, yeah, no, hey, I'm the only travel over here. Don't.
What's the UK time?
You tell us, Mr. Welshman.
I haven't been on UK time in a long time.
Yeah, I think it's like probably 3 or 4 a.m. over there right now.
Yep.
Still early.
Wait, isn't Wales on the same time as England?
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is I'm pretty much working on a totally different time zone these days.
Yep, I can
sorry.
hear you. I totally can relate to that. Yeah. So sometimes because we work with American media, we've very much quite often, as you've seen with myself, up in the middle of the night doing stuff to be in your daytime. So yeah, I get what you're saying, Jake.
And thank you, Stephanie.
Oh, it's definitely my pleasure. I still keep saying I feel very lucky that I'm in this position to do these presentations, and hopefully that will continue on into the foreseeable future. I can't believe that I'm in the position I'm in, to be honest. Sometimes I wake up and hit myself and pinch myself saying, oh, yeah, it's time to go do the presenting again. So yeah, I appreciate the whole team being behind me and all of the people that offer me support as we do these streams. I get heaps of support. I get heaps of DMs of people like JS and all sorts of people DM me and say, yeah, appreciate what you're doing. And a lot of people are quite open with me with DMs, which is awesome. And so yeah, I sometimes feel that I'll do a few roles here. So with that, I'll before I start crying, I'll say g'day to you all and see you. We may not have a flyover next week. The weather may get in our way this week, so we'll see what happens with the weather. So everyone keep their fingers and toes crossed for the weather, but it looks like it's going to be a bit stormy towards the end of next week. So we'll just see how. This week, sorry. So we'll just see how we go. So Alex.
Once weather isn't like last year where we missed like a month of flyovers.
Yeah, let's hope we don't get that. All right, so with that, I'll sign off. So, most engine cut off, all that sort of stuff. I guess we should come up with a new sign off for this show, but anyway. I like the love yous bye thing, so love yous bye. Bye-bye.